So how much money can you make if you have your own recruitment company? I'm going to be going through the full breakdown with invoices and showing you exactly how you could do the same if you had your own recruitment company. Did you know if you don't make £6,000 a month for a recruitment company when you're working a job as a recruitment consultant, after 6 months, the likelihood is they get rid of you. They give you the big boot. So imagine that. You get a job, and if you don't make money for 6 months during your probation period, which is usually about 6 months, if you don't make £6,000 for the company, they're letting you go. And if you're working as a recruitment consultant, you're expected to bring in new clients, you're expected to do that new development, you are expected to fill those new jobs. And so what that means is you could have easily done that for your own recruitment company. But they only pay you 18 or 19,000 pound basic salary plus commission, maybe £300-400. And so at the end of the month, you're probably going to make 18, maybe £1,900 if you're lucky. But they get to keep £4,000 extra. So how does a recruitment company make its money? Well, there's two ways: permanent and agency staff, which is basically temporary employment. On the permanent side, a company will say, find us someone and we will pay you a percentage of the person's salary. And so for example, if a person's salary is £40,000, I would charge 15% of £40,000 as a finder's fee, and so I'll get £6,000. But that's the permanent side. So how does the contract side work? Well, the contracting side is basically where I pay the person who is working the job, and so he's my liability. The company pay me 30 days later. In simple terms, if the contractor or the person is going to get paid £10 per hour, I am going to charge £15 per hour. I make £5 extra on his money. So £5 times 40 hours, if the person works 40 hours a week, I make £200 profit per person. But a lot of the times you could have like 5, 6 or 7 people working out for you. And so if you've got 5 people working for you, you're making £1,000 a week. And so £4,000 a month. I mean, sometimes I even get companies saying we need 20 people. Sometimes though, these guys only really work for 3 or 4 months. And so you do have to keep trying to get more and more people. And so is it as easy and just getting one perm placement with £6,000 and getting 5 guys out with £4,000 a month? Look, to be honest with you, it can be easy. If you get 1 client or 2 clients that are happy to work with you and work with you on a continuous basis, you're pretty much done. I mean, you could genuinely make like £7,000-8,000 a month, though the likelihood is it does take time. It does take time. You do have to keep getting on the phones, building that relationship. No company is just going to do business with someone they don't know. And so it does take time to build rapport, build relationship. And obviously I don't just want to tell you guys, I'd rather show you. And so I thought I'd give you some substance, but for that I do need my laptop. Just to give you some substance, and obviously I can't give you all the information because one of those privacy things, I can't give you everything. But if you can see here in the invoice, you charge 12% on £38,000. It's a client of mine that I work quite closely with. So for them, I actually ended up agreeing 12%. They're so cool with me. They always use me exclusively. And so they don't use any other recruitment agency. And because of that, I know that it's somewhat guaranteed money. And for that, I'm happy to work to 12%. So on 12%, on 38,000, £4,560. But in this same email, I actually sent another invoice for another candidate. And that was for a lower ended production sort of guy. And so that was 10%. And so that was 10% of £19,000 being £1,900. So the £1,900, 4,560, you get the idea, £6,500-ish. But not only that, that was 1 client and only some invoices for 1 client. So if you could just make £6,000 with 1 client, you have 2-3 other clients where you even make £2,000 or £3,000 with a couple of invoices, and then you've got contractors that are continuously working for you. And we do have contractors that continuously work for us. Some of our contractors actually have been working. I spoke to one today. He's been with us for over 2 years. So over 2 years now, he's continuously making money, which is great, because the one thing with recruitment companies is in the beginning it is hard, but over the years, when you build relationships, when you build relationship with clients, it only gets easier and easier. So with 1 client, you can easily make £6,000, £7,000. You do have to stay in touch. It's not completely easy. You need to put work in. Of course you do with anything, but the possibilities are there. So how much money should a recruitment company make if they only have 1 person? Like if there's just 1 person doing recruitment, I'll tell you, £6,000 a month is what you should be making if you want to pass probation working for a recruitment company. Just for that reason, I would say £6,000 a month is what you should be looking to make after 6 months of working for yourself or your recruitment company, assuming you're working full time. But the longer that goes on, the more it should be. After a year, you should be looking at £7,000-8,000 a month. After 2 or 3 years, it should be a lot more. The relationship is very important. Once you have that relationship, you keep getting jobs from clients. You might get one relationship with a client where he or she is happy to give you the work. And then over the years, you build relationship with other clients and they continue to give the work. But what about a company that has 3 or 4 employees? Well, I told you in the beginning that anyone who wants to pass their probation should be making £6,000 a month. And so if we take away £2,000 or £2,500 for wages and commission for the consultant, let's say we leave £3,500, £3,500 times 3, we should technically be speaking, looking at £10,500 after paying wages and commission and on top of what you should make yourself. It's not easy. It's never am I going to say it's easy. But if you have the knowledge and you work hard every single day, you genuinely work hard towards your goal and you have the tools, you have the information, you understand how to do it, which by the way is probably the hardest part of recruitment, actually understanding everything. If you can get that, you get the tools. Is it possible? Yes, 100%, because I started from my living room and today, thankfully, we do all right. And so if I can do it, so can you. And you know what? I probably didn't even work that hard. I genuinely didn't work that hard, but you guys should. You should put in the effort every single day to accomplish what you want. And if you do, then no doubt you will be in a situation where you can make your own recruitment company successful. So a successful recruitment company, well, it completely depends what you call successful. But that's all from me today. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.